Fishing with YC's finest, 717 Fishing with YC's finest. It's September 15th, Monday, September 15th, 2025, man. The year is going fast, man. We still having good weather here on the East Coast, man. It's pretty warm still, man. Feels like an Indian summer. And just wanted to talk to y'all, man, get your opinion on some things, on this specific subject here. And I already spoke about it before, but I didn't do a live. I figured I'd do a live about this. But, you know, 717 Fishing One YC's finest, this channel here, and things that I put random stuff on. I put different subjects on my channel, but this channel is mainly for fishing, and a lot of time I can't get out fishing. I have a real life, and it's not like my channel is monetized or I'm getting money from my channel like that, because I feel like most of my life really goes to like my family, raising my kids and being with my wife. So I have a private life, and then I have this life where I work, so I think I'd rather work for my money. And it'd be nice to be monetized one day, but I'm really trying to get at the fact that I wish I could do the fishing in the outdoors for a living. It's just, it doesn't seem feasible or realistic in my life, but wanted to bring up a subject about, having like fishing partners or people that you fish with, people that you meet. I think it's always a good thing to try to extend yourself and be good to people, especially in these times. It's like ever since after COVID, it's even before COVID, you gotta, excuse me, we need to be careful about who we share time with and who we're with or who we allow to be in our circle. But being a fisherman, I'm kind of like, never really want to be like the angry fisherman or just in life period. I'm really supporting and promoting being on a righteous path and being good to people and treating people the way you want to be treated. So, I'm not afraid to make new friends. In a way, I could honestly say I'm probably too old to make new friends, but I'm really not too old to make new friends. I feel like I do believe in God, so I feel like God, sometimes he put people in your life. Sometimes the people that they'll disappear and then they'll come back, but we don't ever want to shut ourselves off from the world and not be a light to the world, because in the scripture it calls us to be a light to the world. But I met quite a few people, just being on the outdoors, and a lot of us too, what we're doing is being outdoors, we're seeking mental wellness, we're seeking a peace, we're seeking to get away from the hustles and bustles of everyday life and not being angry, and doing what we love with nature and outdoors, man, getting some fresh air and just feeling the sun on us, even if it rains on us, whatever the case may be. But trying to be good to people wherever we can be. So I met this guy, and I wanted to talk about this because I want to know your opinion. And not that I need your opinion, but I just want to know. I wanted to make this video to see what people think about this, but I met this guy, right? And while I was fishing, we do some walleye fishing. I've been walleye fishing for over 10 years, easily over 10 years. And I don't want to say the exact number, but met this guy, man. He really knows what he's doing, bro. He seemed like he studied. He got all this equipment. And he's like really, he's a good guy. I'm gonna say he's a good guy for the most part. When it comes to fishing, he'll try to like give you equipment. Hey, why don't you try this? And he's really giving. Hey, man, you want something to drink? Man, you want a Coke? You want a Coca-Cola? You want a Gatorade? And time passed. I'm like, man, this is a cool cat, man. He's cool. Sometimes I buy some equipment for him and from him, and even though I know how to walleye fish and been doing it for years, he gave me some tips that I didn't, I wasn't doing. So he just kind of increased my knowledge, and that was cool. So now I just want to, get to the story. So what happened was, we had went to this spot, man, like last year, and it was, it was getting kind of cold. And first time I went to this spot with him, you had to like walk back this. It's like a concrete. it's like a concrete wall that you walk, and the water's usually running over that wall. So when the creek or whatever is low, the water doesn't go back that wall, but you could walk that wall all the way back to where this water's rushing out of this like dam part. Now, you know, everybody that knows fishing knows that when you have like white water and rapids, kind of like turbines or whatever, and water's like running, a lot of bait fish are there, which brings the predatory fish. So we're fishing for like walleye, for instance. So when I first time going down there with him, man, I loved it. We went night fishing. We were down there. I think he even let me use his pole at that time. You know, man, and I'm not gonna exaggerate, man, but first time with him down there, man, I caught like 8 walleye before he caught one. Now this dude is really a good fisherman, but I know he was probably like, wow, I think it was just the Most High blessing me, man. You're fishing with YC's finest, 717 fishing with YC's finest. That's the reason why I say that, man. Not to be arrogant, but I'm pretty good, man. So caught 8 fish, and then, of course, we're throwing back the little ones or whatever. But we had a blast, man. I'm talking about, man, putting just different colored swim baits on and just snagging them. Ooh, there he goes. And so excuse me, it was a great, man, I'm talking about, it was a good experience, so, we left early in the morning, bro. I had my keepers, he had his keepers, we filleted them things up, and that was last year, so now we had made some plans to go fishing again, so, I'm a truck driver, so, I'm home daily, but, I be having like 13-hour days, man, sometimes 14-hour days. And so what happened was, I had my equipment. I try to keep my equipment in the car. So, because we made plans again, like a week later, to go out again. So, hey, man, here goes the deal. I'm not even saying his name. He doesn't need a name. So what happened was, hey, come to my house. This is the plans. Come to my house after you get off of work, and we'll head out, man, for the night fish again. So, I drove, after I did all my hours at work and clocked out, did my inspection, my post-trip inspection, and did all that stuff. Man, I'm driving, I'm a little tired, but, it always seems like when you fish, you get like a energy. You get like this, it's kind of like your adrenaline. You just looking forward to it, especially when you snagging them wallies. I call them wallies, a.k.a. walleye, a.k.a. wallies, a.k.a. wallies. Get to his house, and it's a little ways, from where I'm at. Not that far, but drive to his house, knock on the door. His wife comes to the door. Oh, so-and-so, he's not feeling well today, man. He had a major migraines. He gets major migraines. He said he's not up to it today. I said, okay. I said, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Tell him I said I hope he feels better, you know what I mean? And so, I'm out. I'm thinking like I'm out, bro. I'm still gonna go fishing. I'm gonna go fishing, right? So I went fishing, man. I had a great night that night. I caught my limit. It was beautiful. I by myself, I got my night light on and have all my equipment out there, just feeling the crispiness of the air at the time. It was around, I'm gonna say September, October. I don't know when it was. November. I don't remember exactly. If I look on the date on the pictures, I probably could give you the accurate day. But I did great, man. I had a nice stringer when I left. Went home, chilled. Everything was fine. You know what I mean? 717 fishing with YC's finest, bro. I stay with the tight line. So spoke to this individual again. Now, this dude's fairly new to me or whatever. But I spoke to him again, and he seemed like, I'm on the phone with him, so like, yeah, man, I did pretty good, man. Yeah, what happened that day? Like, yeah, I did pretty good, man. Yo, he was like, man, I told you, man. Yeah, hey, man, I was trying to tell you, man, that not to go to that spot without me. Like, not to. Now, I was listening to him, and he was talking, and really was saying it. Like, I started laughing, like I chuckled it off. I was like, yo, is this guy saying? Nah, for real. I was trying to tell you, man, if I don't go, man, not to go there without me. And I started thinking to myself. I let him talk for a minute, and I thought to myself, is this guy really saying what I think he's saying? Like, he didn't want me to go if he didn't go. So I let him talk, and I said, hold up, man, hold up. I said, look, bro, you backed out of the plans. Like, I never heard this before, man. I don't mean no disrespect. I said, but if you back out the plans, that don't mean that I'm not gonna go fishing. I already had it in my heart and my mind all day to go fishing. I even drove to your house, and then you backed out of the plans. So I never heard anybody since fishing been fishing and guys trying to fish together, fishing partners, ever telling somebody, oh, don't go fishing to a spot that is public land. Like, it's public. It's not like, So, he seemed like he was fairly upset. And sometimes I'll be wondering, like, what's this guy be on? Like, is he on like some type of drugs or something? I don't know. But he kind of moves in a way where I kind of question his sobriety. But he was serious about that. And I said, look, man, look, one or two things is gonna happen here. Either you're gonna get over it, you know what I mean, and just let it, just let it go, or we're not gonna deal, and it's not like we really deal that much as it is, you know what I mean? I didn't do anything wrong. And then I even brought up the scenario that, okay, if you, your wife, my wife make plans to go out to dinner, and I show up with my wife to your house to go out to dinner, and for some reason you guys back out of the plans. Does that mean I'm supposed to not take my lady out to eat, to dinner? So it didn't make no sense. And this is where, since then, excuse me, I got phlegm in my throat. This is where, you know, I'm not confused about the situation. Is that people are different. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that being a righteous man or trying to be on the path of righteousness, we wanna be. It's something that I told him too, that I apologize, but I ain't do nothing purposeful, and I don't really think that I did anything wrong. You feel what I'm saying? But now since then, we fished quite a few times, and I buy gear from him, man, and I can spend anywhere from $40 to $100 with him, because he gives me good deals on fishing gear, like jig heads, swim baits, jerk baits. Now time passed, it's a whole different year. We've been cool. We already went fishing, and like it seemed like as of recently, that, and I know whether you want to say it's God showing me or not, like life is showing me. I'm hitting him up. I'm calling him. He's not answering the phone. Now he does this. This is something that he does with me, but I don't look at it like, I don't take it no type of way, because sometimes he kind of goes incognito, and he doesn't answer the phone. He'll answer the phone 2 months later. So didn't take it no type of way, but call him, man. I called this dude like 4 or 5 times. Left a message, told him like, hey man, I want to grab some gear. Now he don't got no gear. But it's kind of like there's a selfishness in him, and I think that he's just trying to keep from fishing with me, and he's allowed to do so. There's another dude that we both know, and we go fishing with. He's always talking to him, and I know, and I'm not trying to be a crab and be like talking about him or nothing, but it's really disingenuous, and I think that this is just something that some people, whether you want to look at it from a godly standpoint or not, some people might hold an animosity in their heart. To me, I'm a sharing guy. If I show you a spot, I don't take it personal, man. I really don't. Like, there's enough fish for all of us to catch, to eat, whether it comes to fishing or deer hunting. I'm kind of going through that too with a deer hunting situation. Now I'm gonna keep that story for another time, but I wanted to see, man, you guys could leave some comments. Let me know what you think, man. You think I was wrong for like going fishing after he backed out and had a migraine headache? You think he's wrong to act like he owns that place, or that do you think he's hoarding fish, or feeling like, well, this spot is only for that, if I showed you, you only go with me, but he doesn't own it, it's not like private property? Do you think that I was had like intentions of being like shiesty, or going behind his back and trying to go to the spot, man? I would love to hear your viewpoint on this in the comments, man. No matter what it is, I won't take it personal. Honestly, I just think that as men, we don't take things personal, and it's kind of like we want to enjoy, make memories, and share the outdoors with each other. You know, there's gonna be times I can't go. You know, when you go to a place, I'm gonna be like, hey, so how'd you do, man? You was snagging them. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. Um, we only can fill up our freezer with so much, and I just think that we need not be selfish or holding animosity towards people, even just like moving on in life, and that's just something that we need to do. So that's something that I try to practice, and I definitely meant no harm by it, but I don't honestly feel like I needed to apologize, and I don't feel sorry, but I think that there's kind of like a action there that's uncharacteristic of a man. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just that's my take on it. But hey, man, look, I'm hoping that you guys is blessed out there, man. It's your boy J Nat 717 fishing with YC's finest. It's just a little conversation about fishing, man. So you guys, man, you be blessed out there, man. And I'm praying and hoping that you guys get tight lines and man, fill that freezer up. You take it easy, man. Until next time, tight lines, man. Be good to each other. 100, 1,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000, 1,000,000,000, 1 trillion, 1 zillion, tight lines.